Urban Therapy with Sun752, and this is your daily go-getimism number 525 for March 11th, 2016. All right, tonight we want to talk about sabotage artists. Sabotage artists, people who, instead of helping things out, they want to break things down. People who set things up to break later on so they can look like the hero when they fix what they have previously broken themselves. Sabotage artists really have changed the world when you really think about it. See, when you have a sabotage artist on your hands that you're dealing with somebody that is more than willing to pull off the ultimate betrayal time and time again. Because sabotage artists are not trying to build things. They are hell bent on destroying things. Sabotage artists getting their feelings. You know how we talk about people who get in their feelings all the time? When you talk about sabotage artists, you're talking about people who are constantly in their feelings. Only thing that really matters is how people have made them feel and what they feel like they should do about it. You know, I mean, they display an awful lot of antisocial behavior. And it's a terrible thing because sabotage artists have gotten people killed. They have gotten people killed who have been martyred. You know, Martin Luther King, Malcolm X. And even though people believe that Martin Luther King was killed by a white man, and maybe he was, but there are black people who allowed it to happen. And Malcolm X, although it's believed that he was killed by black men, you know, there was always a lot of confusion and disagreement about exactly who the shooters were, even though they were caught at the scene. Allegedly, there's just a whole lot of stuff that went into that. But basically, when you profess to be loyal to somebody or dedicated to something or a cause or something like that, but instead of helping that cause along, instead of furthering that cause, instead of promoting that cause and making sure that cause goes further and further and gets bigger and bigger, you act as a plant inside of that cause and ruin it from inside out. Sabotage. So sabotage artists use a lot of wickedry in order to get the things that they want, or to break down and destroy the things that they want broken down and destroyed. So they use rumors, they use lies, they conspire, and they get people to feel bad about what they're doing, even when they're doing a good thing. So they'll make it seem like they are just working towards something that is never going to pay off for them or benefit them or whatever. Sabotage artists are terrible, man. And you know, and we're talking about sabotage artists in terms of how bad it can be with a club or an organization or a leadership or basically world events. You know, even going all the way back to the Julius Caesar days. You know, you talk about Brutus and how Julius Caesar, upon being killed, he said, "Et tu, Brute," which means, "You too, Brutus? Then die, Caesar." That's what he said. "Et tu, Brute? Then die, Caesar." Which means like, look, if my man feels like I should die, then I must have done something terrible. Then I'll go ahead and take my death. But it was all done by conspirators and sabotage artists. You know, people who we feel do things as far as sabotage artistry is concerned. Okay, number one, contractors that come into our home, we feel like they sabotage things so they'll keep a job going. And in the workplace is where you'll find an awful lot of sabotage artists. There's sabotage artists on every job. You know, people who set things up to break or to go wrong or get chaotic, and then they can come in and they can save the day. You know, people's egos go in that direction. It's sad, but it's true. You know, auto mechanics. Many of us believe that auto mechanics set our cars up to break, you know, by not tightening up things or actually manipulating parts of a car so that they won't last long, so that mechanics will be able to fix the car again and again and again, milking you more and more and more. And I don't know. Part of me believes that they're able to do that, and part of me says, I don't know. You know, when you generally stereotype a people in a profession, I don't think that that's fair. But we have known people who have done it. You know, in the workplace, like I said, in order to keep the money going and to give employers the feeling that workers are invaluable, a particular worker may work some shit through. See, the terrible thing about sabotage artists is that they're sneaky. They're very, very sneaky. And that's what I was saying about them exhibiting antisocial behavior, because they don't really want to show everybody how good that they can be at sabotage artistry, because then people will always suspect them of wrongdoing when things go wrong, and nobody else is around to blame. So they have to be sneaky in a way that they don't show the wrong people what their capabilities are, because their capabilities are devilish, man. It is straight devilish and evil, very, very evil. So what do you do when you have a sabotage artist on your hands? When you have a sabotage artist on your hands, honestly, if you're a gambler, what you'll do is you'll use a sabotage artist to further your own goals for a little while. And then when that runs out, aka when they finally get you, because they will, then you know it'll be what it'll be. My suggestion about what to do about a sabotage artist is to get rid of them or distance yourself from them as much as possible. Once you learn what they're capable of, distance yourself. You don't have to let them know that you're distancing yourself from them. Just make sure that you slide to the side and be on up out of there, because they'll mess around and have you testifying for them, lying on the stand. You know, or people will have you being looked at as a sabotage artist by association. You don't want that. There's no good that can come out of you being so closely associated with a sabotage artist. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, distance yourself from a sabotage artist, because they will get you labeled as a conspirator, as a co-defendant, as somebody who aided and abetted and knew everything that was going on and even benefited from it. So you make sure that that's not true, because like I said, think about many of the people who have perished, some of our world leaders, or some of our leaders for our causes, that have been killed, murdered because of sabotage artists. You know what I mean? And it's way too many. Don't forget about the Mind Right Body Better Fitness program tomorrow, man. Saturday the 12th. The 12th of March. 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at the McVeigh Recreation Center, 400 East Ontario Street, the corner of D Street and Ontario Street in Philadelphia. Come on down, get your workout on. It ain't too late. It ain't never too late to start getting your shit together and to start feeling great. And that's what we do. So I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace!